Good day, everyone. Welcome back to another lesson on human anatomy and physiology. And today we are going to explore one of the most fascinating and important systems in our body, the endocrine system. Now, before we dive in, let's start with our word for today. The word is regulation. What is the meaning of the word regulation? Regulation means controlling or managing a process to maintain balance or order. Let me give you an example that you might relate to. Think about a well run office. A good manager ensures that tasks are assigned properly, deadlines are met, and operations run smoothly, right? That's how regulation works. In the same way, your endocrine system regulates hormones in your body to keep everything balanced. Your mood, your energy levels, stress response, and even your metabolism. Why does this matter to you as a future office professional? Because understanding how your body handles stress and energy can make a big difference in how you manage your workload and also how you handle pressure at work. So let's dive deeper into this topic. Why the endocrine system matters to office workers. Before we get into the anatomy and physiology, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt completely overwhelmed when preparing for a deadline? Or maybe you've experienced that racing heartbeat when dealing with a difficult client or a heavy workload. Whenever you feel this way, that's not just an emotional reaction. It's actually also a physiological response triggered by your endocrine system. Here's how it connects to your work life. If you understand how your body handles stress, you can prevent burnout and you can improve your decision making. Knowing how your hormones regulate mood and focus, it can help you stay calm under pressure. Managing stress effectively means better productivity and emotional stability at work. So let's explore how the endocrine system makes all of this happen. Endocrine system versus or endocrine glands in the endocrine system versus the exocrine glands. First, let's clarify the key distinction between these two. Endocrine glands release hormones directly into the bloodstream. So, for example, the glands that are responsible for releasing hormones directly into the bloodstream are the thyroid, the adrenal glands, and the pancreas. For exocrine glands, they do not release directly into the bloodstream, but they release substance through ducts to specific body surfaces. So, for example, sweat glands, salivary glands. So, it could also be think about in this analogy where the endocrine system could be is analogous to an email where hormones are sent directly to the target organ through the bloodstream, while the exocrine system could be a courier service where the product, like for example your sweat or your saliva, it is delivered through a specific channel. Why does this matter at work? So fast and direct communication, like an email, what the endocrine system is, it is more often more effective than waiting for a package to arrive. That's exactly how the endocrine system works. It sends quick signals to keep your body balanced and ready to respond. Here's the anatomy and physiology of the endocrine system. Now that we understand the basic concept, we will break down the key players or the key organs in the endocrine system where each gland has a specific role in regulating your body's functions. First is the hypothalamus, the command center. The hypothalamus is a small region at the base of your brain, just above the pituitary gland, which is also a gland of the endocrine system. So think of it as the CEO of your body. It monitors everything. It gives orders to keep things balanced because it's located in the brain. It monitors internal conditions. So, for example, your temperature, hunger, mood, etc. It also produces releasing and inhibiting hormones that control the pituitary gland. So, for example, when you're stressed, the hypothalamus signals the pituitary gland to release ACTH, which is, it will tell the adrenal glands to produce cortisol. In office terms, the hypothalamus is like an executive director and it sets the overall strategy and ensures that the team stays on track. The pituitary gland is the master gland. The pituitary gland is about the size of a pea, located right below the hypothalamus. Even though it's small, it's incredibly powerful because it controls other glands in the body. Growth hormone, it means that it regulates growth and metabolism. Also, the ACTH, which was mentioned earlier, it stimulates cortisol release from adrenal glands, and also the LH or the luteinizing hormone and the FSH or the follicle stimulating hormone. They regulate reproductive function. In the workplace, this is like a department manager. It takes direction from the CEO, which is the hypothalamus, and it sends out instructions to the rest of the team. Next is adrenal glands. First is this. Let's go to the thyroid gland, the metabolism regulator. The thyroid gland is located at the front of your neck. It produces hormones that control how quickly your body burns energy and how fast your heart beats. It produces T3 and T4, which regulate metabolism and energy levels. It also produces calcitonin, which helps regulate calcium levels. In an office analogy, the thyroid gland sets the pace of work. So it could be too fast and then you burn out. If it's too slow, the productivity drops. Lastly, the adrenal glands. These are the stress responders. Your adrenal gland sits on top of your kidneys and they produce cortisol and adrenaline, the hormones that prepare your body for the fight or flight responses. Cortisol increases energy, focus, and alertness during stress, while adrenaline increases your heart rate and breathing for quick action. In the workplace, this is like preparing for a major presentation or handling a tough client. Your body gets you ready to perform under pressure. Let's go with the stress and the body's response. Now that you have known some of the key players, let's look at how your body responds to stress. There is what we call the alarm stage, the resistance stage, and the exhaustion stage. The exhaustion stage. First is the alarm stage. Adrenaline and cortisol increase heart rate and alertness. So, like, for example, if you're working overtime to meet a deadline, that's your alarm stage. The resistance stage. Body adapts to stressors, but continued exposure leads to fatigue. So, working long hours because you have to meet a certain deadline. It also improves efficiency, yes, but if you're overworking, it would lead to mental and physical strain. And lastly, the exhaustion stage, prolonged stress, it will deplete your body's resources and it would result into burnout. So, handling back-to-back meetings without a break, that's when the performance declines. Why should you care about this as future office professionals? How understanding the endocrine system improves work performance. Of course, recognizing early signs of stress is important. Increased heart rate, shallow breathing, irritability. For you to manage your stress, you would have to know what the signs of stress is or what the signs are. So, next, managing stress to improve performance. So, you could either do deep breathing exercises, practice proper sleep, balanced diet. This will lower your cortisol levels. And of course, emotional and professional stability, understanding hormone regulation. If you do understand how to regulate your hormones, you will be better, you have better control of your emotional processes, and you will have better decision making. And of course, it will benefit your health overall. So, lower cortisol levels means lower risk of high blood pressure and mental health issues. What have we learned today? That the endocrine system regulates mood, energy, and stress response. Also, that stress management boosts productivity and emotional stability. And also, understanding how the body responds to stress helps improve work performance and your overall health. So let me know down in the comments what's one thing you can start doing today to handle stress better. So thanks for joining me today. I'll see you in the next lesson.